something that Strasberg had said, but Bruce said it to me, do the work and they'll find you. And I think that's true. You do the work and do the kind of work you want to do, and then they'll find you. It may not be when you thought it was going to happen. And for me, I'm sure if it did happen when I first began, I wouldn't be sitting here today, because it must be really difficult to get all that adulation and money very young and be able to survive it, whether it's sports or music or acting. So I'm sure I'm lucky that it didn't happen when I thought it should have happened. And that part of it may never happen, because along the way I really just fell in love with the art, the craft. And like my favorite artist is Van Gogh. I mean, what keeps somebody pursuing something when you can't make a living at it? You sell one painting in your lifetime. Passion and need, you know? And I think I share that. And I pretty much, wherever I go and wherever I've taught, I probably have more energy than any of my students ever had. I mean, there are some, I'm sure, but for the most part, I taught at the New York Film Academy for 9 years, and in 9 years, I was never sick. Well, I was sick, but I still went to work, and I was never late. I don't know anybody. The students too, this is their dream. It's like, oh, Anthony, I don't feel so good. You know, I don't know. People are weak-minded, or maybe I'm sure it stems from our upbringing. You know, there wasn't a lot of money, so we couldn't be going to doctors. So you had to grin and bear it. So I'm sure that started as a child, that at a necessity, and it still is now. As I'm flying around the world, I don't have jet lag, because the bottom line is I can't afford it. I can't afford, you know, I don't buy into what other people say about anything. You know, when I first started going this, oh man, you're gonna have jet lag for a week. It's like, week, I can't, I'm teaching tomorrow. The day after I get there, I can't have jet lag for a week. So, and for the actors coming up, I can't be more passionate about your dream than you are. Then there's something wrong with that picture. So, I think those are some of the things people get out of working with me. And they're gonna learn a lot, they're gonna laugh a lot, and they're gonna know themselves a lot better when they walk out than they did when they walked in. And I'm also not one of those teachers that feels like I need to hold back and drag it out for financial reasons. I mean, I've never been, and I think it is for financial reasons. I think whether it's with me or somebody, you need to find a place to work out and work, and where you know you're working and growing. And it's nice to have an ensemble. It's nice to have a group of actors that work and train the same way. So you can create together. And I think it's important to go from stage to screen. I think the other thing that young actors are lacking is they just want to do this, and they are missing probably the greatest high of their life, which is to get on stage. To get on stage, and I think to be on stage is the best training for an actor, for film or television, especially in 99 seats or less, because you don't have to do anything on that stage more than you would do in front of a camera. You're not projecting in 2,500 people. You can be tight and intimate and real. And then you have to go from beginning to end. You're not saved by the cut. I like what Pacino says, that acting is like walking a tightrope. And in film acting, the tightrope is there on the ground. You know, if you fall, you know, you get off again, you didn't get hurt. Stage acting is way up there. You can't fall. You got to keep going. I think it's the best training for an actor by far. And and maybe the most fun for an actor by far. I mean, film is great for the longevity of it. It's nice to look back at it and be able to see your growth and have those stories there forever that you can share, you know, with people that couldn't make it. And theater is just magic, you know. I love going to it as much as I love doing it. But I see that as maybe the best way of creating your own material today is to write it for the stage, have the screenplay ready to go, get it in shape, especially if you're doing small independent films where you're financing it yourself or you're raising small amounts of money. Well, you don't have that luxury of all these takes. You got to be able to hit it in the first take. And maybe you're lucky if you get another one. So those are things too. I encourage my students to take control and not be a victim of the system, to take control of their destiny and create their own material. So I think a combination of all of that, I think the students feel like they know more about their craft, know more about themselves, and feel empowered that they don't have to wait and can create their own opportunity. So.